Hey everyone and welcome. This behind me is the all-new 2027 Chevrolet Bolt in this beautiful habanero orange color. We are in beautiful Los Angeles, California on the Universal Studios Backlot. And this thing is sweet. The Chevy Bolt was never a bad car. Sure, it charged slow. Sure, it could have had more range. This fixes so much of that. It is actually wonderful, and I'm so excited to share with you. Super pumped too. This is taking place in the Chevrolet Bolt block party. And GM was actually kind enough to actually fly myself and Joel, who is behind the camera. I don't know if he's wearing a mic. It looks like he's not. Anyway, they flew us out here. They gave us a hotel. They've given us transportation. They're putting on this awesome event. And this is all to show you this. I'm just going to go ahead and say it now. So you don't have to watch the whole video if you don't want to. This car behind me, launch edition, $29,990. Under 30 grand. You get a 65 kilowatt hour LFP battery pack, 255 miles of range, and GM estimated EPA cycle may be different. Front wheel drive configuration, it is using a version of the front wheel drive motor from the Equinox EV, and they're building it here in America in the Fairfax Assembly Plant in Kansas City, Missouri. So, looking around outside, again, habanero orange on this one. You got a 360 camera. Here's your camera on front bumper. RS trim level. There will be an LT trim level, which is a lower level than this, coming soon. Pricing on that one's supposed to only be like $1,000 less than the launch edition, though, which is interesting. Coming around here, these wheels are familiar size, should be kind of familiar design. This is all new underneath, but the sheet metal is largely the same as the outgoing EUV model. You will notice here, Bolt EV is dropped, EUV is dropped. I think it's the first Chevrolet EV to not have the letter E in the name. Native NACS port. See that there? And here's your native NACS Ultium charger, kind of just laying on the ground. GM is claiming 10 to 80%, 26 minutes. They haven't necessarily quoted the peak charge rate, but they said 3 times faster than the outgoing model. So if we know the outgoing model is about 50 kilowatts, that would be about 150 kilowatts. In 26 minutes, while sure, there are faster charging EVs, those are more expensive than this. This is still faster charging than you get on the new Model 3 and Model Y standard. Because I believe those are about 29 minutes.
And what's the color with this one is again?
Habanero orange.
Habanero orange. Okay.
Coming around here, you can see you still get your proximity lock on the front doors like the outgoing car. Nothing on the back door, unfortunate, but very similar to the outgoing car. Take a peek in the back seat because we haven't done that yet. And you'll notice this one, you have USB-C ports in the back. You've got the leather seats as well.
Got 2 of our adapters down there.
Yep.
1450.
And if you want to hop out, we'll look at the trunk real quick because this should be familiar. Actually, before we do that, GM listen, brake lights are now high up on the bumper. No more EUV, tail lights are down here, or brake lights are down here, tail lights up here, split design, weird, whatever. All in the back as should be. Rear wiper, good. Open the trunk. This is very familiar to anyone who's seen a Chevy Bolt before. Decent sized trunk for a compact crossover. Huge amounts of underfloor. Basically unchanged from the outgoing car, which for me is huge. I keep a baby stroller under mine and it fits perfectly. And baby strollers aren't small. And yeah, I mean, this is GM listen.
I guess what it's time for almost. It's time for our mini test drive.
Oh yeah.
Let's hop in it.
All right, you guys join me in the new Chevy Bolt EV. Please excuse all my bags and whatnot. I'm all up in the way. You can see
this is a party.
This is a party. There's people all over. You can see this feels very similar to the old Bolt in size and whatnot, which is a good thing. My wife has taken over my 2019 Bolt, and she loves the size of it. But you can see all new materials, new infotainment screen. I believe this is 11 inches or so. Runs Android Automotive. You've got the gauge cluster borrowed from several other of the GM electric vehicles. GM wants to point out this is the 15th EV in their lineup now, which is crazy. Looking here too, you have a completely redesigned center console area. GM wants to point out physical climate controls. Awesome heated and cooled seats, I just noticed. Physical volume knob is pretty far from the driver's seat, but you also have steering wheel controls. You lose the regen paddle, but you get a column shifter now. And because of that, all of this is now open. You have your wireless phone charger pad in a place that makes tons and tons of sense. It does not feel like it's cooled, but that's okay. I also have a little storage pocket here. You have floor console here with removable cup holder divider adjustment. More cup holders here. GM is really proud of these. So they designed these to where you can make them as big or as small as you need to accommodate normal drinks or Stanley cups or Red Bull cans, etc. Got your center console, all that's fairly normal. This being the RS trim has leather seats. The LT trim has some cloth seats that look pretty cool. They have a cool design to them. You still keep your digital rear view mirror. You still keep, this one does not actually have the Super Cruise, but Super Cruise is available on these as well. Super cool stuff. This is the same Android Automotive system we love. You've got Google Maps route planning, which I don't know if this will give us a route. Let's find out. Yeah, car doesn't necessarily know it has a battery in it right now, so that's most likely why. But you can come in here. Let's see. If we go to, see if it gives us any info in here. Charging. Settings. Got battery preconditioning. Heck yeah.
There you go.
So yeah, super pumped. So much about this. I mean, really, it's just a huge improvement. You've got good software. You've got, very good software now. You've got a good driver screen. Everything communicates well. You get full suite of driver safety suite. It's a good package, dude. 29.
Hey everyone, we are here with Jennifer, Interior Design Director with the Chevy Bolt. So we love the Bolt. Sebastian back here has owned one. He's a 2018. So what has changed interior-wise with the new models compared to the old model?
The big thing in the interior that you notice when you get into it is the shifters move from the center up to the column, which opens up a lot of usable functional space in the center console. I think that's the biggest difference that you'll notice. It also adds to a sense of spaciousness when you get in there. It does feel like it's more open. Also adding the dual layer storage on the passenger side is another big win, I think, because now you have options for all the stuff you bring in with you on whatever journey you're on.
Yep.
Reconfigurable cup holders.
Yeah, we were playing with those earlier. Those are cool.
They're pretty cool, aren't they?
That's a must for my wife because she either takes a Stanley cup, which is big, or a coffee cup, which is small. So she has to have a car that she adjusts.
Yeah, and speaking to customers, there's the Stanley Cup crowd and there's the Red Bull crowd.
Yep.
So now we can satisfy both of them. And there's a third one down lower, too.
Oh, we didn't even notice that one.
Yeah, so you have a total of 3 options.
And I also noticed about yours that we see in other cars because that we review. Yours, the Stanley Cup fits in there tight. A lot of cars that we see, the Stanley Cup sits in there and rattles while he's driving. My wife actually has to put a towel down and then put her cup in because it rattles too much.
Yeah.
That stinks. So
you're going to have the adjustability now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
There's also a wireless charger that's in the phone right below the physical climate controls. So that your phone can be front and center.
Gotcha. Yep, I saw it. Interior-wise, what do we got? What do we have for interior?
Interior material-wise, I'm displaying the 2 options that are in the LT trim, which is your cloth seat, which has the nice pattern on the inserts, and then the PVC RS seat that has the triangle perf pattern.
Gotcha.
A cool thing about the LT is this piece here represents the pattern that's in all the storage areas, and you can see a nice harmony.
Gotcha. So you got rid of the white with the speckles on it.
We did.
Yeah.
We did.
I'm glad you did that.
Good.
Yes,
good.
I'm glad.
Good.
And up here you have, what do you have up here? That's
So
just the dashboard.
these are samples that we get when we're developing a vehicle of what the grain and what the color and the finishes will look like on actual parts in the car. So this is, you'll recognize as a vent
Yep.
that's on the instrument panel. And this is the lower spoke of the steering wheel.
Cool.
So when you start to see things, you start to understand how, physical parts, you start to understand how the finishes actually work on the geometry.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Jennifer, thank you so much. We are so excited with the new Bolt, and thank you all for having us out
We're
here today.
happy to have you
Thank
here.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right, you guys join me with Josh from GM Energy. Josh, what's your job title again?
So I'm a senior product manager with GM Energy for our our energy systems.
Okay. So you just kind of gave me the rundown of it. So GM, the power up?
So this is the power shift.
Power shift.
Yes. That is our bidirectional 19.2 kW charge, or it is on the discharge side capable of 9.6 kilowatt discharge.
Okay. And the big news here is almost all of the current GM EVs support this, with the exception of Hummer.
Yeah, most of our new EV fleet, including the new Bolt, are vehicle-to-home capable with our vehicle-to-home enablement bundle.
And that's the big thing there is the new Bolt is also capable.
Yeah.
And again, you said 9.6 kilowatt?
That is correct.
That's awesome. And then you were mentioning before, this can tie into solar inverters, if you have solar, things like that.
Yep.
All right, well, thank you. It's been great talking to you.
Absolutely. Enjoy your night.
Thank you.
All right, we are back. Sebastian has got to drive the 2027 Chevy Bolt. So cool little fun little drive on the backlot here at Universal Studios. So we visited the Wild West, we visited New York, and now we finished our drive here in front of the fountain in Europe. So Sebastian, you
And all
are
that on one charge.
all one charge. And we went around the world on one charge. So Sebastian, as a Bolt owner, how does this compare to driving your 2018 Bolt?
It feels very similar.
Yep.
And, you know, it has, I mean, we've only been able to do low speed driving, whatever.
Yep.
Hopefully one day we'll do actual real speed driving. But even just driving around low speed, it feels like a Bolt.
It does.
It's everything underneath is new. Your new motor, it's a very similar motor to what is used in the Equinox. Brand new battery pack, 65 kilowatt hour LFP pack. Front wheel drive, of course. All of trim levels are front wheel drive, and it drives like a Bolt.
I know she had a little issue with the shifter though, right?
So mainly it's a column shifter now.
Yep.
And so my 2019 Bolt is on the console.
Yep.
And so I went to reach for the console and it wasn't there. That's
Yep.
not a big deal.
Yep. It's actually a good thing because there's more space down there.
Yeah,
in
it
the
gives you all
console.
that big wide open space now that,
Yep.
you know, is super nice. And yeah, I mean, it drives like a Bolt. And then it keeps a lot of the good stuff like you get on the newer, like the Equinox and
Yep.
the Blazer and the Silverado, like the one pedal driving. So one thing I noticed immediately, they took away the region on demand paddle. And some of that is because marketing, whatever.
Yep.
The real thing is that kind of was a solution to a problem that doesn't exist on this vehicle. This car can do full-fledged, you know, brake blending, whatever. When you're charged to 100%, you get the same one pedal experience that you get when you're charged to 12%. It'll blend in as you saturate region, it'll put more brake in, and then just keep going until you get to a stop. You don't really need that paddle anymore. You still get your high, normal, and off settings that you get in every GM EV. So it still has good one pedal tuning like the other cars. It drives like a Bolt, man.
Yep.
And like just at low speed dynamics, you know, it's still got that compact size because it's essentially the same sheet metal
Yep.
on the existing EUV. You know, different front fascia, different little tweaks here, NACS sport, whatever.
Yep.
But it's the same width, same wheelbase, blah, blah, blah. It drives like a Bolt.
And as someone who is 6'1", 6'2", sitting in the back
And it
seat.
has plenty of room.
Plenty of room sitting in the back seat. Actually, one of the engineers, he's 6'5", was plenty of room for him back there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So once again, we want to give a huge shout out to the entire team at Chevy for inviting us out here to, inviting Sebastian out to Universal Studios, letting me be his +1 and his cameraman. Had a great chat with the engineers, had a great chat with people who designed the interior, exterior, and we're so excited for these to hit the lot. So Sebastian, final question. What is your favorite color?
Oh, habanero orange, which this blue is nice.
This
but
blue would be
habanero
number
orange
2.
is the one.
The habanero orange is great.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for joining us, and we'll see you on another episode from the EV Geek Studios. So long, everyone.